And speaking of my doctor, because some of y'all asked about my doctor, a lot of y'all have complimented my doctor, which I agree, my doctor is fantastic. First of all, I am not going to be mentioning her name or her practice because I just feel like, number one, that might be a HIPAA violation. But number two, I have not told her yet that I've been making these videos. I do plan on mentioning that to her at my next visit with her. She is aware that I'm a content creator, but I don't know that she knows that I was going to be talking about this. However, I will tell you how I found my doctor, because I think it's very important to have a good doctor if this is something that you want to do. So the way that I found my gynecologist, who was also my surgeon for this procedure, was on a Reddit list. So if you don't know what Reddit is a platform where you have multiple different what are called subreddits. Each subreddit has a different topic, and you post things in that subreddit based on what the topic is. Child-free is a subreddit for those who are child-free by choice. And no, that doesn't mean that it's a bunch of people who hate children. It just means that it's people who don't want to have their own children. And on the child-free subreddit, they have resources for people who are child-free. One of those resources happens to be a list of doctors who are willing to perform procedures like a bilateral salpingectomy without asking misogynistic questions like, are you sure you want to do this because you might change your mind? Or, oh, we need your husband's permission. They don't say that kind of stuff because they understand that that is bullshit. So I looked on the list, I found a doctor who was close to me, and I had an appointment with her. First appointment that I had with her was last year, so it's been about a year and a half or so since I first saw her. Because of course I wanted to make sure I was comfortable with this doctor before having her cut me open. But since the very first visit, she has been absolutely fantastic. So shout out to the Child-Free subreddit for helping me find my amazing doctor. If you're looking for a good doctor for yourself, you don't necessarily have to use Reddit. That just happens to be the source that I used. But you should be aware that there are a lot of different lists like this online. So even if you don't use Reddit, I would at least look at one of those lists.